Book it, book it. No, you better not overlook it. Gonna eat pizza, gonna read books, gonna get food poisoning from the cook. So book it, book it. The Book It program started in 1984, and it was a partnership between Pizza Hut and the U.S. educational system. And Pizza Hut was owned by PepsiCo at the time, which is kind of interesting because Coca-Cola also got pretty involved in the U.S. education system. They created school crosswalk stop signs sponsored by Pizza Hut, or not by Pizza Hut, by Coca-Cola. I actually saw that on an episode of Pawn Stars. And, a lot of different educational programs were started up by different multinational corporations. And it's kind of interesting because people who get involved with the U.S. Department of Education and the education system in general, not always, but they tend to be pretty left-wing, and yet they don't seem to have a problem with partnering up with these, multinational corporations. I can't blame them. Book It was a fun program, and I was active in it in the 90s. I was actually born in the mid-80s, right around the time that Book It started. And I believe that this was my first button. I'm pretty sure of that. And that would have been maybe 1992, possibly 1993. And one thing that you'll see here is that as time went on, I kind of tried to show these from left to right, from oldest to newest. One thing you'll see is these older buttons have these really cool kind of gel. I'll see if I can zoom in. See that shiny gel stickers? And those made them a lot more fun to collect, like the stickers. Although, of course, the problem was oftentimes the Pizza Hut employees didn't do the best job of putting the stickers on there, and that always irritated me as a kid. It's like you put it on, you couldn't have put it on more wrong. And one of the little flames here isn't quite on the candle, and I was a bookish kid, and I was also kind of obsessive, so as you can imagine, things like that bothered me, and I was fat too, so the Book It program was made for me, because all I had to do was read books and I'd get free pizza, and that was like a match made in heaven, because like I said, I was a bookish kid. I read books anyway, and reading came pretty easy to me. Not to brag, but I could actually read a little bit even before preschool, so it was almost kind of an unfair advantage. I kind of wonder if programs like this really get kids into reading, or if it's just kind of bribery, because I'll bet you there are a lot of kids who, even if they did read to get the pizza, that was what it was all about, was just to get the free pizza and to get for what it was worth, to get these buttons with the stickers on them. I think a lot of kids probably cheated too, and with their parents' approval too. The parents were probably fine with it. There's we need to get that free pizza. We're going to get that free pizza because Mama doesn't feel like cooking tonight. So some of the parents were probably just fine with kind of fudging the list of books that the kids read. But I kind of think that reading is something that you're either into or you're not. It's not really something that you can get a kid into. I tend to be more on the nature side of that debate versus the nurture side of the debate. But I think there are exceptions. But I think for the most part, people kind of are what they are. And, you can introduce somebody to something, but if they don't take to it, it's probably because it's not what they were meant to get into anyway. My dad is one of the smartest people I have known, and he was never much of a reader, except for technical manuals and stuff. He was more of an engineer type. He was more into math and science, so it is what it is, but it's still, it was still a fun program. Another thing is, I don't think that we got these buttons, but I don't think any kid ever actually wore these buttons, because they were kind of not really, not particularly cool, I have to say. Although I noticed that the same characters appear on each one, and it makes me wonder if maybe there was some promotional material that I never saw, some promotional commercials or videos, animated videos with these characters. It kind of makes me wonder if these characters have names and everything. Kind of similar to the Burger King Kids Club. You know, you have the sort of obligatory diversity of like one kid who's of every ethnicity. It's very kind of corporate, very similar to Burger King Kids Club. I see on the one there, this one is probably like from 95, 96, because the kids are reading Arthur, and Arthur was huge back then. Arthur was kind of PBS's first successful kids show in a while. Like it was the PBS kids show that kids actually watched after you know, like kind of started a 90s renaissance of kids PBS shows, because there was the remake of Zoom, and there were other shows too at the time. You know, PBS kind of took off a little bit in the 90s. And let's see here. Yeah, you can see here the more kind of like the flat holographic stickers. Those are not really not so cool, really, in my opinion. And then I have the Medallion. Yeah, I don't want to forget mentioning that. That means I was an all-star reader. So that must have been kind of a special thing that not everybody got. Or maybe everybody got it. Maybe it was like a participation trophy. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if maybe I read a little bit extra and I got it for that reason. But yeah, so I got the Medallion too. And this one I'm pretty sure is from 1994, because the program started in 84, so it would make sense that the 10th birthday was 94. And it was cool how they made the stickers flames on the candles. That was kind of creative. But these are the only three that have the gel stickers. And I know I'm making a big deal out of that, but really when they cheapened up the stickers, that really kind of that killed a lot of the fun for me. And I mentioned how kids, I don't think really ever wore these on their person, except maybe at Pizza Hut. I think maybe I might have had them on my backpacks, and maybe other kids did too, which it's amazing considering that they're in pretty decent shape, really. You know, you would expect the pins to be all bent out of shape and maybe missing, but no, they're actually all there. So so that's cool. But yeah, let's see, what else was I gonna say? Oh, the food poisoning. In the song where I say get food poisoning from the cooks, that's actually something that happened to me. One of the Pizza Huts we went to, and I think this program took place in the fall and winter of the school year, because I remember it being pretty cold some nights when we would go out to Pizza Hut. But we went to a couple of different ones, and the one that I'm talking about is no longer there, and it was actually in a small town, in a college town, and I actually did get sick from the pizza, and I think it was not really Pizza Hut's fault. It was more a case of it being a college town, and the college kids were probably stoned and didn't know what they were doing when they were making the pizza, but just got kind of sick to my stomach. Nothing really worse than that. In particular, there was something about that tomato sauce. I don't know. I kind of maybe don't even want to think about it. But anyway, thanks for watching. I was really glad to make this video, because this is a pretty complete collection of Book It buttons. I think that this pretty much covers my entire elementary school career. So I'm glad to have all of these and glad to record them for posterity. But make sure to like and comment and subscribe. Let me know about your experiences with Book It. You know, like any of your did they continue with Book It into the 21st century? I'm sure they did. I wouldn't be surprised if it's still going on. But if it is, you know, some of you, if you're parents, let me know what it's like now. But anyway, thanks for watching, and subscribe to Captain Unusual for more videos kind of similar to this and also different from this. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.